Okay, all planets are direct now. And this is exciting, especially the part about Venus being direct, because Venus rules so many things in our lives, our surroundings, how we feel, our relationships. It's just a really key planet, especially for Libra and Taurus, and wherever you have placements of Libra and Taurus in your chart, because those are both ruled by Venus. And we are going to just feel into some messages now. We have all planets direct until the beginning of May. So let's ask for some messages about how to take advantage of these wonderful direct energies and how to navigate them, because they're exciting. They could also just feel a bit much at times. So whatever it is that for you have reached the end of, whatever it is that you really concluded and put a period on with the retrograde energies, Spirit is going to help you in continuing to move into this new time, this new chapter, and to make it joyful. You know, we have that Three of Cups coming out with the Three of Swords, which is, you know, with the Hermit, which is within yourself, maybe a mix, a bittersweet mix of energies. You may feel a bit of happy and sad at the same time, and that's very, very normal. You may feel, you know, I'm really joyful about these things. These other aspects really, really still bum me out. That's okay. Especially things that do have to do with romantic relationship that might be kind of mixed and bittersweet, you know, in certain situations. So that is just something to remember, that is normal, and you don't need to eliminate you don't need to focus on trying to eliminate the sadness. Just focus on, how can I maximize the joy? How can I move into that joy more? Yeah, we have surrender to setting limits. This will be a time when all planets are direct, where it's important for you to remember the decisions you've made for yourself and implement those decisions again and again. That will be key. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, so that's going to mean that, especially where a relationship is involved, or where connection, love is involved, you are staying out of obsessive thought. You are not letting your mind run the show. You are remembering, oh, all that power that I tapped into when I made these decisions for myself, when I have this clarity, when I had this clarity, you know, throughout the retrogrades, you were given some clarity and some revelations. And now it's going to be time to live that clarity, right? So lean on Spirit, ask for help. You may have some challenging times when it comes to other people. You may find yourself focusing on some negative stories, or maybe hearing some negative stories. Make sure that you are staying in a place that is loving to you, which is, you know, I'm focusing on my heart. I'm focusing on what my guidance is telling me, and I'm focusing on my peace. I'm not really letting or allowing for those mind stories and that sort of obsessive thought, or dramatic or negative thought to run the show, you know. Because I'm worth more than that. As the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Coins, you're worth way more than that. See, that Seven of Swords energy is whatever is challenging your worth, whether it's a thought story, whether it's someone else, you know, who isn't approving of the choices you're making for yourself. Whatever it is, that is Seven of Swords energy. And we really want to allow Spirit to lift us above that energy and do what we can to stay lifted above that energy. Yeah, this says Fantasyland. Make sure everyone involved is being realistic and on the same page, right? If you're dealing with anyone who seems to be in just a different reality than you, you know, they don't, see new worlds. If they're just in a whole different world, and, you know, you feel like you're kind of living on this cliff and they're not there, you know, they're just sort of, it's okay to just go with that. You know, you don't need to try to make that other than it is, because you already have done that. Remember, you already twisted yourself in knots trying to make things other than they are. And a big part of what you came to during the eclipses and the retrogrades was accepting. Accepting that, you know what, Spirit's bringing in gifts for me, that I don't have to sacrifice myself, my joy, or what's loving to me to receive. And that's exactly the truth, okay? So this is the wave you're riding with this direct energy. Keep on affirming what your heart knows and what your spirit knows. You just have to kind of remind your mind and maybe your body that I am receiving this Ace of Cups, these gifts, and Spirit is not requiring me to, give up anything that is loving to me in order to do that.